And number 25, a 6'1" junior, Brian Anderson. And now the starting lineup for the Spartans of Romeoville High School. At 1 forward, a 6'3" sophomore, number 30, Artie Preston.
His free throw ended St. Joe's season with no time left on the clock last night.
At the other forward, a 6'4" senior, 35, Larry Wise.
14 points last night, a strong first half.
At center, a 6'8" senior, number 32, Sean Vandiver.
He averages 18 points, 10 rebounds a ball game.
At one of the guards, a 6'1" senior, number 20, Dwayne Mandley.
Some acrobatic shots last night, averaging 14 points a contest.
And at the other guard, a 6'3" senior, number 22, Bernard Winston.
4 points a game.
Those are the Spartans of Romeoville High School. And now introducing the Olympians of Rich Central High School from Olympia Fields, who enter this game with a record of 30 wins and 1 loss. First, the head coach in his 12th season, Ron Brower. And now the players. Number 14, a 5'11" junior, Robert Respris. Number 22, a 5'11" junior, Steve Billingsley. Number 24, a 6'1" senior, Tony Parks. Number 32, a 5'9" senior, Greg Glaze. Number 42, a 6'2" junior, Ronnie Jameson. Number 44, a 6'4" junior, Dwayne Dowell. Number 54, a 6'3" junior, Mark Murata. And now the starting lineup for Rich Central. At 1 forward, a 6' junior, 34, Keith Gill.
Gill averaging 12 points and 4 rebounds a contest.
At the other forward, a 6'2" senior, number 20, Charles Warnell.
A great game in the quarterfinals, 9 rebounds, 17 points.
At center, a 6'2" senior, number 50, Maurice Rayford.
He cleaned the boards for 8 bounds last night.
At 1 guard, a 6' junior, number 30, Bobby Smith.
Bobby Smith came through with 10 last night, averaging 14 on the season.
And at the other guard, a 6'3" senior, number 12, Kendall Gill.
He had a slow start in the first half, arrived in the second half. He's an all-stater.
Those are the Olympians of Rich Central High School. Here are your officials for today's game: John Duncan of Bartonville and Rich Firebaugh of Peoria.
Romeoville and Rich Central, who will play Chicago King? We're about to find out. One of your network sponsors is the American Dairy Association of Illinois.
Milk's got the kick that gives you more. Health kick. More nutrition in every pour. Health kick. I'm moving through the rhythm of a brand new day, 'cause the vitamins in milk help me on my way. Kick. So get on a health kick, let it pour. America's favorite health kick. Get on a health kick, milk's got more. Have more milk, 'cause milk's got more.
Choosing a herbicide used to be a problem. Some products injured crops, and some drifted, and others acted slowly, problem after problem, in spite of so-called improvements. Now there's one herbicide for corn and sorghum that lets you rest easy with your choice. A concentrated herbicide that works better because it's built better. Me4 Romeoville. It controls over 60 tough broadleaves, won't vaporize and won't carry over, and it works in days, not weeks. Me4 Romeoville, the better choice for corn and sorghum.
Bill Spartans playing in the SICA West Conference from Will County. Rich Central playing in the SICA South Conference representing Cook County. Central has lost only once this year. The Spartans have lost 4 times. They are the Cinderella. There's your matchups. Tip is controlled by Romeoville.
Central starting out in this 1-3-1 half-court trap.
Oh, Manley makes a bad pass, and it's picked off nicely. Coming the other way is Gill, and he won't get it to drop. That's Vandiver, the big man. Manley out front. Manley wants a 20-footer. He gets what he wants. I was talking to somebody from Romeoville between games, and they said those shots that Manley made last night, no problem. He's been doing it all year.
Well, he'll probably try him again today, then.
Gill looks inside, nothing there, swings it around to Smith. That is Kendall Gill with the basketball, takes it down low. They try to get it inside to Warnell. It's tipped around and picked off by Larry Wise, but they call him for the offensive foul. Tough call to make after you make the steal.
Well, we're going to see it again here. It looked like Larry Wise was up in the air. At least I thought we were going to see it again. It looked like Larry Wise was up in the air, and then the kid from Rich Central came underneath him.
So the Olympians, who had a real slow start yesterday, are trying not to duplicate that. They tried to get it into Warnell, and it's picked off by Preston. Artie Preston. What a pressure situation he had last night.
Oh, I'll say, especially for a sophomore.
Game tied at 50s, and he sinks the free throw with no time left on the clock, and that's all she wrote for St. Joe. Preston inside to Vandiver. He should go up there. He does, but it's too hard. Rebound comes down to Gill. Kicks it out quickly to his brother, Keith. All the way down, and he's fouled.
Vandiver did not go up very strong on that shot at the other end of the court. He's got to go up a lot tougher.
He had a slow first half last night, too, but came through down the stretch in the fourth quarter. Everything fell for him.
Yeah, when they needed him, he was going hard to the hoop.
Well, we got a second. Let's talk about our interview with Sonny Cox of King. A lot of people may think he's being cocky. What do you think?
Well, number one, he's got a right to be if he wants to be, but his comment about his guards is, he'll decide whether they're playing well. As a coach, you ask your players to do certain things. Sometimes, I remember one guard I had, all I wanted him to do was bring the ball up the court and set up our offense. If he did that, I felt we'd win the game. He did. He played a fantastic game, but only scored 4 points.
Gill's too hard. Rebound is fought for. Underneath is the other Gill, and it's out of bounds.
So I think that's what he's talking about. I'll decide. I know what I want them to do. I tell them what I want them to do. If they do it, maybe it doesn't show up in the stats, or maybe the reporters or observers don't feel they played well. But I know they played well. I know they did the job.
Larry Wise almost threw that away. He thought Manley was going to be back there. Wise, a muscle player.
I was just going to mention that Romeoville kids are much bigger and stronger kids than the Rich Central.
Get it down low to Preston. He is short. Rebound corralled by Warnell. This Warnell is a rebounder. Cross-court pass over to Rayford, and it's knocked out of bounds.
What I mean by that comment about the size is that the Rich Central kids all seem to be kind of slender. And but you look at Larry Wise and Vandiver, and they're not slender kids at all.
There's Meade inside there.
Oh, boy, I'll say.
Gill on the wing, gets it inside to Warnell. That'll drop. So Warnell gets the first 2 of the ball game as both teams have just 1 bucket here in the first 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
I think Warnell likes to play the first half.
Preston's going to try the lane, but he traveled before he did it. Artie Preston, remember, he is a sophomore, which means he's about 15 years old. He's sitting in the middle of Assembly Hall, and it looks so easy from where we're sitting.
Well, he has certainly had the right idea to go to the hoop. He just shuffled his feet before he put the ball on the ground.
Everybody talks about Kendall Gill at the guard spot for the Olympians, but this man here, Bobby Smith, can do it too.
He's the key, according to Coach Brower. Well, I think we got a little change of defense from Romeoville over last night. Yesterday they played all 3-2 zone, and they're in a 1-3-1 zone now.
Rayford inside, and Rich Central leads. Maurice Rayford. who averages only 5 points a game, but will put it up inside there. He has to. Wise in a hurry, spots over on the other side. Bernard Winston, and Winston will go to the free throw line.
Well, Romeoville is doing the same thing against the press as they did yesterday, using their big men to bring it up. And there's a very nice pass by Larry Wise. Obvious foul, although I think the offensive man created the foul with a nice move.
That's what they call the look pass. You see the man over there, then you look the other way and throw it. Does that drive you crazy when one of your kids does that?
Oh, he makes a good pass. The guy catches it, everything's fine.
Winston sinks it. One thing Romeoville doesn't do very well is shoot free throws. Winston is their best free throw shooter at 77%. And Manley's not bad either at the other guard spot, but inside, not a good percentage. Quickly, Smith. Yes.
Yes, Rich Central wants to bring it up quick like that. Try to beat the big people down for Romeoville and get the shots off.
Stolen away in the backcourt. Gill's got it. Bounces it underneath to his brother, and that's two. Gill to Gill, and it's 8-3 Rich Central, and we've got a timeout on the floor. 4:47 remaining in the first quarter. One of your network sponsors is John Deere.
Hey, old buddy! My mower broke down. Mind if I borrow yours?
Sure, old buddy.
Why is it that the grass is always greener wherever there's a John Deere lawnmower?
Oh, you weren't around, so I helped myself.
Because you can always depend on a John Deere lawnmower to keep running when others don't. It's got adjustable speed drive, a blade brake clutch, and a 2- or 4-cycle engine.
Hi. Don't tell me. Your lawnmower's not working.
I don't even own one.
Nothing runs like a Deere.
'Cause no one's quite the same. Hardee's makes 3 big new burgers. A taste for each and everyone. Picking one is really 3 times the fun.
Hardee's new thicker, juicier quarter-pound burger comes 3 delicious ways. Quarter-pound cheeseburger, bacon cheeseburger, and Big Deluxe.
Hardee's, with good people love good food.
Jim Albrecht back along with Bill Geist, and Romeoville having trouble adjusting to a different type of pressure defense than they saw last night.
Right, St. Joe's played them all man-to-man, and now Rich Central will go zone the whole game. So you got a lot more two-timing and trapping than last night. That's why I thought it was a good timeout.
Winston almost threw it away, but Van de Ver picks it up.
So the timeout, the situation there is just to get the kids reset, calm down a little bit, make sure they know what type of press they're going against.
Van de Ver, strong to the basket. A lot of folks across the state call him Van Diver, but Van de Ver is how he pronounces it.
If he wants to pronounce that way, you better do it. He's too big to mess around with.
That's the way they'll pronounce it when he goes to Western Kentucky next year. Romeoville down by 3. The alley-oop to Gill. He can't get it, but he gets it when he comes back down and goes up.
That was a great catch. He really went up to get it strong with 2 hands.
So Kendall Gill with 2, and it's 10-5 Rich Central. Bad pass. And out of bounds goes Warnell, who's upset with himself. Warnell read somebody's mail there. He came up.
Well, I don't know if it was as bad a pass, but as the person who was supposed to receive the pass was going away from it. He was running down court. When the ball is passed to you, you should go to it.
The golden rule.
Yeah, he makes the passer look bad. The receiver made the passer look bad in that case.
Larry Wise will inbound. The ball's immediately slapped back in his face.
Romeoville's going to have to iron ball fake a little bit more than they have early here. Rich Central's so quick, and they'll follow your eyes, they'll follow the ball, so if you make some good fakes, it should work out better.
Gill with another steal. He wants it all by himself, and boy, he could have gotten hurt down there.
He's all right.
Looked like a wrong end of a stampede.
Well, he went hard to the hoop, and the defender went hard to the hoop, too.
Gill's got those quick hands.
Now, there was a little fumble at the start, and he just took the opportunity to get the steal, and he was fouled by a couple people there, I think. Geez, he's not even getting free throws out of it. That's a tough play. All that punishment, and all he gets is the ball out of bounds.
That's what you call a bruise without a purpose, I guess. Now Wise will kick the basketball, and they'll play it back in under the Rich Central basket. 3:47 remaining first quarter. Rich Central has the edge at 10-5, trying to play Chicago King. Oh, beautiful pass to Gill, but he was just a little off balance. Manley in a hurry. Yeah. He eyed the court all the way down, and when nobody stopped out to pop him and pick him up.
He was looking for the pass, and as you said, nobody, the defender didn't come out to get him, so he figured, why not?
Gill trying to go inside. Now we'll go across court to Kendall Gill, who's headed to the University of Illinois. Over the zone is Gill. Soft touch underneath Rayford. It's too hard. Rayford again. That one's too short. Rebound taken down by Manley. Rayford got himself caught up underneath the basket. Artie Preston had a breakaway, but you got to have the basketball before you go in for the lay-in.
Now the sophomore's going to settle down. He just has to get into the game a little bit here. So far, Rich Central seems to be quicker jumpers, and they're going after the ball a lot harder than the bigger Romeoville kids.
Central trying to up their lead back to 5. Smith tipped around, almost tipped back in. Vandiver had it, lost it. Gill's got it. He's fouled. Keith Gill this time will go to the free throw line.
Well, Vandiver's got to go after the ball a little bit harder. He's kind of waiting for it, and at his size, he may feel he can get away with it, but he can't. Got a lot of ball, but I think he hit him with the body too.
Yeah, we didn't see Vandiver with his hand on the ball, and that happened immediately after that. Gill's shooting about 60% on the year from the charity stripe. A lot of lefties out there.
I said that yesterday. It sure seems like everybody that plays for Rich, that's one of the criteria. You got to be left-handed.
Well, you know, only right-handers make fun of left-handers anyway. That's how that all got started. So 1 of 2 from the line for Gill. 11-7 Rich Central, and here comes Cinderella Romeoville.
This half-court trap is they're coming more out towards the half-court line than they did last night, and I think the reason is the size of Romeoville.
Manley's got 6 points on the day, and it's 11-9.
He's their main offensive weapon so far. I think Coach Urbanski would love to see Wise and Vandiver get a little bit into this game offensively.
Now they get it inside, and that's what they wanted to do as Rayford puts it down.
What an excellent pass inside. Excellent pass.
Vandiver has trouble, picked up by Rayford right in front of us, but he falls out of bounds.
He's just trying to get a handle on it, he just couldn't. That was a great effort by the young man.
There you see Maurice Rayford, a 6'2", 185 senior.
By the way, that pass down at the other end was thrown in there by Charles Warnell. He can do a lot of other things other than shoot.
Manley's open again, and he makes him pay the price. 13-11. We're starting to warm up here at the Assembly Hall in the second game of the semifinals.
Evidently, Coach Urbanski has found a hole in Rich Central's defense because he's got his best shooter on the baseline. He's been getting open shots.
Gill can't get it. Vandiver will, and Manley's coming down for the tie. Tried to bounce it through traffic. Preston picked it up, but he had his toe on the end line.
I don't know if he was ready for that pass. It was a great bounce pass inside, and he kind of reached for it rather than moving his feet to go get it.
What a game King played in the first game, except for about 6 minutes there. They were, as your kids would say, awesome. There is no other word. In the middle they go, and Warnell has it squared away. A minute left now in the first quarter. Gill will accelerate, put it off the glass and in.
They're going hard to the hoop.
Keith Gill with a quick first step, and Rich Central leading it by 4. Larry Wise has been quiet so far.
Yes, he has. A 10-second violation.
10-second violation.
Here's a final just in. There goes my pick in the pool. Michigan State has defeated Georgetown 80-68. Gill, nice bounce pass to Rayford, but he couldn't get it down because Vandiver was there with a hand in his face. Wise the other way quickly. Over to Manley. Back in there as Wise. That's too short. He stiff-armed that one, and Vandiver will be fouled.
And that's what Coach Romansky wants on the offensive boards. He has two big people, Larry Wise and Vanderveer, going after the ball.
You know, sometimes that 3-4 footer right in front of the basket is really a hard shot to make because it takes that touch.
Not sometimes. I think a lot of times that's hard, especially with the quick hands going after the ball when you've got it down by your waist.
You'd rather have the angle off the glass if you had your brothers. Vanderveer will turn, spin, not by it. Gill has the rebound with 17 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Bobby Smith in a hurry. Now they'll wait for one. They better go right now.
Yeah, this is Rich Central's delay game.
Oh, Gill with a pretty move, but he just couldn't buy the basket. Vanderveer with it. And we've got a foul, a blocking foul on Gill. I don't think Ron Brower wanted that one, not with 3 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
No, but it's not as bad as it could have been because they're not in the bonus. But they gave a foul one that certainly they shouldn't have. What he's trying to do is pick up an offensive foul on the big man, which isn't a bad idea, because it'd certainly like him out of the game.
Romeoville will have to fire, and Artie Preston will fire from 50 feet and come up short. So the first quarter is in the bank, and Rich Central has a 4-point edge over Romeoville. One of your network sponsors is Amabin.
If you're broadcasting Truffland this season, the makers of Amabin want you to try this field test. If you do, you'll see how surprisingly low the cost of Amabin can be. It's simple. After you broadcast Truffland, select some acres and band Amabin granules over the row at planting. Will there be a difference in broadleaf control if you ban Amabin granules? Well, yes. Will it be a big difference? You be the judge.
Not set up to band? See your dealer about equipment discounts offered by the makers of Amabin.
There was a car dealer's ad in the paper that day that read 7% financing. Just who are they trying to kid? I mean, anybody will give you 7% financing if you want to pay thousands more for the car than you should. If you want the lowest real price without all this phony baloney, come on into Green on Dirksen, where we believe we don't have to insult your intelligence just to sell you an automobile. That's why this month only, brand new 86 Golfs, $109 a month, or the all-new Jetta, $129. We're Green on Dirksen, Springfield.
Jim Albrecht, Frank Bissoni, and Coach Bill Geist courtside at the Assembly Hall for the second game of semifinal action in the 1986 Class AA Boys Illinois Tournament. A couple of streaks going on here, gentlemen. Romeoville has clicked off 10 in a row. Rich Central 23 in a row. Somebody's will stop.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a streaky quarter. Rich Central gets their way for a minute or two and scores some quick points, and then the big people start exerting themselves from Romeoville, and then they score some points. So here we got that delay game.
Yeah, we saw this yesterday. Now, Coach Ron Brower. No, Ron Brower said that his bench is not deep, so he likes to sit on it for a couple, 3 minutes. Kind of a resting period, if you will.
I know yesterday, I think it was one of his players, Rayford, was in foul trouble, so he did this. But now Romeoville's in their characteristic 3-2 zone. Now they're coming out and they're going to trap 1-3-1.
Manley coming out to give Smith some problems, and they'll just kick it back out to Gill. Gill, who in trouble, picks it back up, gets it over to Smith from 15, and a whistle.
Too much.
Foul, it looks like, on Rayford inside, leaning against Vanderveer.
Coach Romansky was ready for this delay game. His kids knew right what to do.
In the first quarter, Central not shooting well, 18 for 39%. Romeoville only got off 8 shots, made 5 of those for 68. Free throw line, 1 of 2 for both clubs. Rebounding, Romeoville leads that department by 2, and Romeoville has 3 more turnovers than does the Olympians.
You know, shooting percentages can be a little misleading sometimes because the other team is getting so many more shots.
Artie Preston pulls up, 12-footer, almost got nothing but air, and the rebound comes down to Gill. Smith running, 3-on-2, pull up Rayford, in and out, no good. Warnell tried to tip it, but it was just out of his grasp. Manley almost lost the handle out front, and now the ball is batted away out of bounds. Gill was closest to it, he touched it last. They're having trouble up front. Once they get across that 10-second line, the pressure's really getting to them.
Well, and now they're bringing Vanderveer away from the basket to try to help. And, of course, this is what Rich Central wants. Sure. This is what I mentioned before, why Rich Central was trapping so close to the half-court line. This is what they want, the big people away from the basket.
Well, 6'8" guys 20 feet away from the basket are about 6'2", aren't they?
Well,
ball knocked away nicely by Gill. He feeds it up ahead to Smith, one-on-one. Vanderveer on him, blocks it. But we'll have a body foul on Vanderveer.
He got all ball on the block, but his body carried into the shooter. I think we'll see that on the replay here. He's timing it well. He goes up, he's got all ball, but see his body go into him a little bit.
He's got him just a little bit.
See, in college, that wouldn't be a foul. In high school, it's a legitimate call. It's a good call by the official. You just hate to see it if you're the coach of the 6'8" kid.
Well, we're talking about high school rules and college rules. You high school coaches are not allowed to get up from your seat anymore. That must be some kind of torture.
I think that's what they're trying to do to us. Is maybe prove a point. I'm not sure, but you know, the best definition of a coach that I've heard is that they're teachers, and I don't know a teacher other than coaches that have to sit down when they're doing it. Hopefully it's going to be changed.
You're so involved in the game. Missed rebound. Warnell's there to put it back in, though.
Yeah, no, nobody checked him out. He just went for the ball, and the ball hit the rim a second time, and it threw the rhythm off the rebounder, and then the second man in line's right there to get it.
Preston tiptoes across the timeline and gets it to the man who pretty much triggers this offense. They go down low to Vanderveer.
You don't want Vanderveer to have the ball there. You want him to have the ball at the low post.
They'd like to get it into Wise, too, because he's a force inside and just rarely touched it. There's Vanderveer. That's how easy it is once they get it in.
Nice pass by the sophomore. Maybe that'll get him untracked.
And it's not always as easy to get it inside as you might think. Although King made it look pretty easy early in the first half today. Kendall Gill. Count those two up.
This is what Rich Central wants. Romeoville is spreading out their defense, and Rich is going to attack the hoop. They don't want those big guys underneath the hoop.
Good pressure defense. Manley saves it, loses it, Gill's up and in.
See, Rich Central they can get points so quickly. Romeoville doesn't have that ability.
Well, this is not the same Romeoville team we saw last night, but as you alluded to in the first quarter, it's this pressure that's getting them in the backcourt.
And, Jim, this is also not the same Rich Central team that played here yesterday either. They're playing with much more intensity and poise.
There's the defensive man that was ruled that he slid in front of the offensive player, and that's why the blocking foul was called.
Rayford was actually going down before the contact arrived.
See, he had the right idea because the offensive man is receiving the pass and he's got his back to the defense. So setting up there is a good play. I just think he got a little bit too close to the offensive player.
Bernard Winston back in the ball game, replacing Lamar Mason. And Bob Ruspress will come into the ball game for the Olympians.
Well, that's unusual for Coach Brower to substitute.
Maybe he's thinking ahead for tonight's game.
Could be.
That free throw was reminiscent of the one we saw last night with no time left on the clock. Bounding around, and gravity finally won.
Well, if you put it on the front of the rim, a lot of times it'll creep over for you.
Preston trying to cut the Rich Central lead to 6. He does. 5:20 remaining in the first half. The Olympians leading the Spartans. Sounds like a contest in Greece somewhere. By 6. Gill over to Gill.
He's a shooter. You can't give him that shot without a defensive player standing in front of him.
And he's got those long arms and extends well. And even with somebody in his face, he can still get it off. Wise with the basketball, something he hasn't had much today. Manley wants an 18-footer. Dwayne Manley, the fine senior guard who Coach Jack Romansky calls one of the most underrated players in this tournament.
He's shooting with a great deal of confidence. You can just tell the way he's leaving his feet and putting them down.
7 points on the afternoon for Manley. Keith Gill to Kendall Gill. They are brothers. Smith. Woo. You can hear the chords rippling over here.
So you can tell Rich Central has used this delay game to bring teams out into that half-court trapping situation because they know exactly what to do on offense and they know the kind of shots they want.
Artie Preston, that basket will not count. I don't believe it'll count. I think he was fouled before he got it off. Let's see. Yes, it will count. Whoa. They call a little continuation.
Well, I was going to say I thought he did a nice job of continuing the shot after he was hit. It's right there. See, and he's going up.
Yeah, he got his feet up in the air. He was on the way up.
That's a good, strong move. We said maybe that pass before got the sophomore going. That's a heck of a move for a senior, let alone a sophomore.
Had his left arm tied behind his back, went to the right hand and got it to fall, and now trying to make a three-point play, which is short. Rebound Wise, in close. Well, there's a 4-point play, and we got a 4-point ball game now. Central leading Romeoville by 4.
When you've got that inside position on rebounds, you've got to take a step back and screen that man out. And Rich Central just forgot to do it.
Smith had some trouble, kicked it over to Rest Press, and now the offense getting going for the Olympians. Look at this Gill.
Well, Romeoville switched to a man-to-man that time. And again, it just seemed like Rich Central knew what to do with it. Very well coached team.
Keith Gill. Winston gives it up along the baseline. Wise will stop. Is that out of his range? That time it was. Artie Preston. Oh, he had an easy one, but got a little bit too much glass on it. And they say that Romeoville still owns the basketball, although the Rich Central fans behind us with their striped shirts on just don't agree.
Well, the official started the point the other way, and then he caught himself. He knew who should have the ball. He just forgot who was going in what direction.
Yeah, people forget when you're an official, it's easy to get turned around out there. You're spinning around all the time.
A lot of times officials won't point, they'll just yell out the color.
Preston, that one's too hard. Winston went almost over somebody's back to pick off the rebound, and now Smith had the foul. After taking it away, Smith will be fouled.
Romeoville cannot have Dwayne Manley in foul trouble. I don't know, what is that, a second foul? Yes, it's a second. Yeah, I think Coach Amansky would like to keep it right at 2 the rest of the quarter. We've got 2:59 to go, though. Dwayne Manley is such an important player to Romeoville that you can't sit down.
That's exactly what they're talking about, as you saw in the picture there. Is Coach Hermansky's over there telling him, now stay out of that third foul. Just about 3 minutes left in the half.
Well, the key to the game for Romeoville is to beat the pressure, and if Manley can't help beat that pressure, I think Romeoville's in a lot of trouble.
Smith will try for his 6th point. And we've got a timeout on the floor. Rich Central holding the edge at 29-21. One of your network sponsors is Country Companies Insurance.
Since Stan's promotion, the Wilsons have made some big changes, even in the way they manage their money. Their life insurance, Country Companies Universal Life. Stan, what makes it different?
Hey, the cash value is growing for us at competitive market rates.
Another smart move, Country Company.
You got the country behind you.
With Country Companies Universal Life.
You got the country companies.
Hi, I'm Jim Havey for Young's with great deals on GE home appliances. We'll help you fill your kitchen with the all-new GE appliances. This 18 cubic foot refrigerator with adjustable shelves and energy saver switch is only $598 delivered. GE electric ranges are on sale. This is the top of the line with self-cleaning and digital clock. It's at a special sale price in your choice of colors with free delivery from Young's Appliance Video and Security.
You always get a little more at Young's.
The music at Assembly Hall in Champaign. Right now, Rich Central on the upbeat, 29-21 with 2:59 remaining in the second quarter. If you just joined us and didn't see the first semifinal encounter, you missed a show. King over Manuel, 79-62, and Manuel fought back to make a game out of it, but King just had too much inside. Manley calling out the play for the Spartans. There's Vandiver about 30 feet away from the hoop. Try to get it inside to Vandiver, and it's knocked away nicely. That was Warnell on the defense. This is Gill, 14-footer, no good. Wise strong with the rebound.
That last time down on defense, Rich Central had a man in front of Vandiver and a man behind him, and it's pretty tough getting him the ball that way.
This defense Smith plays on Manley.
Well, see, that's what Manley has to do is get the ball closer to the basket if he can.
Bernard Winston rings up two.
Where he is now, it's hard for him to pass into the big people with those lob passes. If he can get the ball just a little bit closer to the hoop, his other players will be closer to the hoop, and those passes will be that much easier. Of course, Rich Central knows that, and that's why they're trapping him so far away from the basket. I think Rich Central is winning the game of strategy right now.
You take a look at this game, and I think maybe Jack Romansky isn't real happy about being down by 6, but not all that bad considering.
You could be down by 12.
Got to be optimistic when you're a coach, right?
Well, you want to keep it close, that's all. You keep it close, and you've always got an opportunity.
Yeah, they're going to take a little air out of it now.
See, now they're into the...
Well, Gill won't take any air out of it.
I was going to say, they switched to the 1-3-1 zone again. A little trapping defense, but with Gill, it doesn't seem to make too much difference.
Kendall Gill found the baseline and 2 more points as Romeoville down now by 8. Wise has just been negated in this game. And a foul out front. Bobby Smith says, who, me? And the official says, you got it.
I think that last time down, you could see why Wise hasn't been much of a part of their offense, because he's on the wing about 25 feet away from the basket, helping to relieve the defensive pressure that Rich Central is applying.
Right now, Kendall Gill has about 1/3 of Rich Central's points. He has 10 on the afternoon. At the free throw line is Manley. This team has never won a regional championship before this year, and obviously never a sectional or a super sectional. Of course, when you play up there with the Lockports of the world, it's tough. Having a little discussion between the officials, and
a couple of the players just got their arms tangled up and kind of took exception to a shove or two. And the official's doing a smart thing. He's just kind of calming things down, kind of reminding them where they're at and the importance of the game. And you don't want to fool around with something, letting your temper get away from you.
Wonder if Artie Preston knows he's messing with an all-stater over there in Kendall Gill. Apparently not. We've got a substitution coming in now for Romeoville.
Well, Preston was the one who had gotten a little skirmish down here, and then the coach is just taking him out to calm him down.
Lamar Mason in the basketball game. 6'1", 150 senior. 31-25 to count. Smith, nice behind the back, hangs in the air, gets it down low to Warnell, and that's the way it's done inside.
It might have seemed like an easy play, but I thought that was a great play, because he hung in the air until he could make the pass, and then the receiver went really hard after the ball.
Well, Wise tried to pass the ball over Keith Gill, and it looked to me like Gill may have gotten all ball, but from the official's vantage point, which was behind the play, look at Ron Brower.
The official called the foul on Bobby Smith. He's number 30 here.
Right there.
I don't know. Well, the camera's kind of far away. I didn't see anything, but the quick hands were going. Maybe he did slap him.
Wise. His 3rd point of the game. He gets them both. 33-27's the count. Team with the ball is the team with the lead, is Bobby Smith.
Romeoville now is back to a man-to-man defense.
Keith Gill with a nice spin move all the way down the lane. Can't get it to drop. A lot of bodies flying around. Here comes Manley, 2-on-2. Watch out from behind.
Vandiver slow getting up. It looked like he had great position there, but evidently not.
There was Bob Ruspress with a nice hustling effort all the way down the court.
Well, it seemed like something should have been called there.
Looks like a demolition derby
wasn't
in there.
sure, so he just figured no call was the best call.
Inside, Vandiver, yes.
I think he's a little upset. Maybe that's the best thing that happened to him. Well, he went hard to the hoop that time.
As long as he doesn't put that ball down on the court, just gets the ball spins. I mean, it's just a matter of will it go in or not.
And we got a 4-point game here with 30 seconds to go. Romeoville has got to be very happy. They're just, okay, now they're falling back into their normal 3-2 zone. They're going to let Rich Central have the last shot, I think.
Smith will just put it in his pocket for a few seconds. And now the official tells Romeoville, come on out and get him. You're the team trailing.
Yeah, but there's only 12 now. They just sink back. Come on, get back there.
On the wing to Gill. That's the man they want with it. This is probably why. No, too hard. Ball tipped out of bounds with 2 seconds. It belongs to...
That was a smart tip
Rich
out.
Central.
Rich Central's going to get it, but the Romeoville player couldn't grab it himself, so he just whacked it out of there.
They'll put Larry Wise on the inbounds ball. They'll try to get those big arms up there and keep a pass from going down low. Smith.
Was closer than I figured it was going to be.
Smith gave it a shot at the half. Rich Central has the edge, but Romeoville is within calling distance. 33-29 our score. One of your network sponsors is John Deere.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remember that there is no...
It's that time of year again. Deer season. Just as the grass is getting higher, prices are getting lower on John Deere tractors, lawnmowers, tillers, chainsaws. In fact, all kinds of lawn and garden products are on sale at the lowest prices of the year. So hurry to your participating John Deere dealer. After all, you won't look so good if deer season passes you by. Nothing runs like a deer.
Pro Golf Discount is the largest discount golf chain in the nation. Our huge buying power enables us to give you the absolute lowest prices on all lines of golf equipment. We won't be undersold. Now here are some of the great specials this week.
Pinnacle golf balls, just $12.99 a dozen. Limit 2 dozen, please. Professional all-leather golf gloves, 3 for $9.99.
So come to Pro Golf Discount, where the lowest prices, quality merchandise, and professional service come together.
We're at halftime, and this, of course, is the executive secretary of the IHSA, LL Liz Astroth. And Liz, once again, a brilliant tournament put together by the IHSA.
Well, thank you, Frank, but I think it's the teams that should get the credit.
Wasn't that some exhibition by King and Manuel in that front game today?
Well, that's one of the better games I've seen, and there was some real talent there. Kind of awesome on both sides.
Liz, there was a report before this tournament, right before it started, that Romeoville had a player that apparently there was some discussion as to his age and a question about it. What's that all about?
Well, it was a newspaper article that was released by the Sun-Times stating that they had documentation that the boy was 20 years old. Now, the IHSA's position is that we do not react to allegations in the newspaper. We will submit that allegation or the clipping to the principal to get his reaction, but nothing formally has been submitted to me, so the game is on. The boy is eligible as of this point. We have no knowledge to the contrary.
So in other words, it's as if, as far as the IHSA is concerned officially, it's as if no action has been taken at all.
No action has been taken, and there will not be unless it's forthcoming voluntarily from Romeoville High School. Our documentation is submitted to us, signed by some person.
One of the other questions that many fans ask us along the tournament trail is, how do the seedings happen? Who plays against who? How is it decided what team matches up with what team once they get to the assembly hall?
Once they get to the assembly hall, Frank, a blind drawing is made, and we invite 3 news media persons in to witness that drawing, and they make the drawing. It's strictly blind draw by chance. Published way back in January before the tournament ever starts.
So there's no seeding whatsoever, and it's just all the luck of the draw.
Well, seeding at the regional level, the coaches meet and seed the teams, and that's the only place where we have seeding from the sectional to super sectional is only 2 teams. That is by blind draw, done in January.
Do you look for the 2-class system in Illinois to continue? Is the IHSA happy with that?
Well, we're very happy with it. We think it's been a tremendous success. I know that some people are concerned the attendance is down this particular year, probably in the AA, but that is always reflected by the communities and the schools involved.
Once again, your people have done a great job for us, and we thank you and congratulations on another great tournament.
Thanks, Frank, for all your efforts.
Liz Astroth, the executive secretary of the IHSA, will be back at the assembly hall in a moment. One of your network sponsors is ME4 Romanol.
Choosing a herbicide used to be a problem. Some products injured crops, and some drifted, and others acted slowly, problem after problem, in spite of so-called improvements. Now there's one herbicide for corn and sorghum that lets you rest easy with your choice. A concentrated herbicide that works better because it's built better. ME4 Romanol. It controls over 60 tough broadleaves, won't vaporize and won't carry over, and it works in days, not weeks. ME4 Romanol, the better choice for corn and sorghum.
See 20/20 in 60 minutes at Weiser Eye Care. That's right. Your glasses can be ready in about an hour at Weiser's. There's no extra charge, no higher prices, just fast, friendly service. And even with 1-hour service, you can still get eyeglasses from $49. Compare that to the $200 you'll pay elsewhere. Remember, prescription eyeglasses from $49 and 1-hour service from the people you know and trust. Where?
At Weiser's Eye Care.
Trusted since 1898.
Back
Back at the Assembly Hall, Jim Albrecht and Bill Geist, and of course Frank Bassoni standing by. And you take a look at this first half. If you're a Romeoville fan, you got to feel fortunate because Larry Wise really hasn't been in the game. That he hasn't been a big factor, and neither has Vandiver. But yet they only trail by 4.
It would be interesting to see how the Romeoville fans feel. I mean, they're down 4. They might figure, well, geez, we're losing. It's not such a good situation. And in a way, it's not. But the point is, I think they were outplayed by Rich Central the first half.
Yep.
And at times, badly outplayed. And yet they're only 4 down, so they're hanging in the game. And that's what I think is important for Romeoville. If I'm Ron Brower, I'm thinking, well, I'm 4 up. But again, we outplayed them. We should be up by more than 4. So there's a concern, I think, on the leader side and some hope on the loser side.
Let's take a look at how those 33-29 numbers got on the board in favor of Rich Central for Romeoville. Manley's keeping them together. The fine guard with 10 points. He does have 2 fouls. Vandiver with 6. Wise with only 4 points. Preston with 4. Winston with 3. And Mason with 2. On the other side of the benches, Rich Central scoring. Kendall Gill, boy, he is an all-stater. 10 points on the afternoon so far in 16 minutes of work. His brother Keith has 7. Warnell with 6. Bobby Smith also with 6, and Rayford has 4, but there's the key figure to the right of that.
That was just like yesterday when Rayford got his 3rd foul. They went to their delay game at half court, so I wouldn't be surprised if the reason for the delay game was the exact same reason yesterday. Rayford's in foul trouble.
We're about 4 minutes away from finding out who will play Chicago King in tonight's championship game. We'll come back, take a look at the team stats. One of your network sponsors is the American Dairy Association of Illinois.
Milk got the kick that gives you more. Health kick. More nutrition in every pour. Health kick. I'm moving to the rhythm of a brand new day, 'cause the vitamins in milk help me on my way. Kick. So get on a health kick, let it pour. America's favorite health kick. Get on a health kick, milk's got more. Have more milk, 'cause milk's got more.
The Woodhouse is your place to go if you're looking for quality wood furniture. The Woodhouse sells furniture constructed from solid oak and oak veneer, not particle board. The Woodhouse carries the fine furniture line of Carlton with a wide selection of fabrics and contemporary styles. Also available at the Woodhouse are a wide selection of room dividers. Look over the various units available. Again, made from oak veneer plywood with solid oak trim, not particle board. The Woodhouse located at 2809 South 6th, Springfield's home of quality furniture.
Welcome to Louis. Now around home, it's clear to me, you gotta play it safe around electricity. Now keys go here and fingers go here, but smart little buddies know they don't go here.
Dumb, only thugs go here.
If there's one thing I know about radios and dryers, you never use them around fast to shower.
I get the idea.
You gotta play it safe around electricity. You gotta play it safe around electricity. Oh, yes, you got to play it safe around.
Rich Central is 30-1 on the season. Let's take a look at some of the team statistics here in the first half of this semifinal action. Yeah, we'll do that in just a second. There they are, Romeoville shooting very well. But again, the key stat there is the fact that Rich Central has put up 14 more shots than has Romeoville.
Exactly right.
Free throw wise, Romeoville shooting a good 78% on 7 of 9. 3 of 6 for Rich Central. That's 50. Rebounding, Romeoville has the edge there too, and that might have kept them in this basketball game because they have out-rebounded Rich Central by 5.
Well, I think the turnovers, too. Rich Central hasn't had that much of an opportunity to rebound on their offensive boards, I don't think, because they've been getting some nice shots off the turnover.
Question for Romeoville in the second half, can they get it into the big men, Vandiver and Wise? Can they do it?
That was the strategy at the beginning, that Rich Central wanted to keep the ball out of there. Romeoville wants to get it inside. That's why we played the whole game, and we're going to play the second half with the same questions in mind.
It'll be King against either Romeoville or Rich Central. We're about to find out who that second team will be. One of your network sponsors is John Deere.
For Rich Central, I'll see your 5 and raise you 5 more. I think you're bluffing, Ed. Ah! Don't move a paw. Every time I get a good hand, the lights go.
When the odds are against you, a John Deere generator is one sure bet.
You didn't look at my cards, did you, Ed? Oh. I know you can see in the dark. I'll see your 5 and bump you 5 more, Ed.
Thinking of buying a new car? Not sure where to go? Well, Payne Pontiac Buick Chrysler in Verdon just may be the right dealer for you. A family-owned business, Payne prides themselves on their small-town friendliness and customer satisfaction. They care about you. They want your business, and they're willing to prove it. At Payne, you'll find the selection you'd expect in the big city and professional, courteous service that's so often missing there.
Come see us. We'll prove we have more to offer at Payne Pontiac Buick Chrysler in Verdon.
Jim Albrecht and Bill Geist back courtside at the Assembly Hall, where Rich Central is leading Romeoville at the half, 33-29. Tonight, of course, our third place game, followed by the Class 2A championship encounter. A lot of folks don't like that third place game. Bill Geist, who is sitting next to me, the coach of Lyle Bennett, is not one of them.
No, I think it's a great game. See, I'm just, as I mentioned before, I think a coach is a teacher. And I think if you lose this afternoon, of course, it's hard for the kids. Everybody's disappointed in losing. But you have to bounce back. You have to look at some disappointment, and you look at it right in the face, and then you come back in the evening and you play a good game, or you try to play a good game. And I think what you have to do is get your kids together after a loss. You have to talk about it, and you have to try to encourage them to come back and respond. Heck, if losing in this game is the worst thing that ever happened to these kids, I think they'll be very, very lucky. So I think responding to a little disappointment is a learning experience that the coach can give his kids.
Romeoville inbounding, trying to cut the margin to 2 right away. Winston playing catch out front with Manley. We'll set the offenses for you. Inside they go. Vanderveer, he kicks it right back out to Wise. They need it, they get it. Larry Wise makes it a 33-31 ball game for Romeoville. At the guards, it's Bernard Winston, number 22, and Dwayne Manley, number 20. Sean Vanderveer is number 32, the big man inside. Larry Wise and Artie Preston are the forwards. And now with the basketball, Ron Brower's Rich Central Olympian. In the middle, Warnell. He has such a pretty touch.
Yeah, Romeo goes back to the defense they used last night, that 3-2 zone. That's what they like to use the most. And there's a hole in the middle sometimes, and they got the ball to Warnell, and he put the ball down.
Might be a good momentum builder for Wise. Last trip down, sinking that jumper.
The interesting part, though, the interesting part of the shot, though, was that he took it from the wing, maybe about 18 feet out. I don't know if Coach wants him to take too many shots from there. I think he's much more effective if he gets inside and powers.
That was the one that got away from Bernard Winston, who was trying to hit someone on the wing and ended up throwing it against the concrete, which surrounds the arena here.
Well, he threw it one-handed, and the ball just slipped out of his hand.
Bobby Smith just a little too much, and Manley has the rebound, but back nicely on the transition defense is Rich Central. They try to go down low to Vanderveer, and it's taken away, and this is a breakaway for Gill. Count him up.
Good control. Caught up to the ball, took a bounce, and then took a dribble, and then went hard up for the shot.
That seems to be the trend of this game. Every time Romeoville crawls back to within 4 or 2, Rich Central always answers.
When you're a team like Rich Central, that's what you can do. You can get points quickly, and the quick hands really help.
Artie Preston just got a hello from Warnell. Charles Warnell with a block. Winston not there. Rebound fought for inside. It's loose on the floor. Who's got it? Keith Gill's got it. Nice bounce pass all the way across, and we've got a foul as Bobby Smith has his progress suddenly stopped by the muscle man, Larry Wise.
Well, you called the play right. That was a very nice bounce pass in. Here it comes. And Larry, but he took his hatchet out on that one, didn't he? Woo.
That's not a bad foul in that situation, Coach, because you hate those tap fouls on the drives to the basket. Those are always going to, then you don't really impede the man enough to stop that shot from going up.
Exactly right. If you're going to foul, you might as well foul and make sure he doesn't get the shot off. The one thing you don't want to do, of course, is to hurt a player, and Larry didn't come in, do that. He went in there to stop the shot, but there was no intent to harm anybody.
Bobby Smith makes his first. He has 7 on the afternoon. Now he's got 8. Cinderella's slipper is sliding off right now. Rich Central leading Romeoville 39-31, but plenty of time left. 6 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Wise, little jump pass over to Manley. Manley's got a wide open 15-footer, but he can't buy it. And Gill is fouled from behind. Kendall Gill got the rebound, and then he got Bernard Winston from behind.
Wayne Manley had the type of shot he's been making all game. It just, he didn't quite get enough on it and hit the front of the rim.
Kendall Gill with a pretty pass inside to his brother. Oh.
Exactly right. That was a great pass in. And I'll tell you, another part of that play that was good is the cut.
And now a steal by Kendall Gill. Ooh, it is. He missed the jam, and now he's going to get a technical. Oh, boy, you talk about a quick change of events. Instead of being up by 12, Rich Central doesn't get the ball to drop. And now they'll get the basketball plus a technical free throw. Here you see it.
Well, just before this steal, one of the Romeoville players was trying to call a timeout. He just didn't get it in time. But you're right. Geez, they had 2 points, and the thing just rattled around and came out on them.
Gill was contested inside, so it's not that bad of a shot. It's not like a wide open stuff shot that you miss. But as a coach, that has to...
Well, you don't want the 2 points. You get 2 points, whether it's a dunk or whether it's from 30 feet out. You just want to get the points, but sometimes, the dunk is a very high percentage shot, obviously, and
it's also self-enthusiastic.
Yes.
I don't know. I've never done one, but I can imagine it feels great. Boy, Manley is really pressured out front. He finally kicks it off to Winston. Romeoville needs something and not a turnover, but that's what they get. Gill up ahead to Smith. The race is won.
Rich Central again has Romeoville out at half court trying to run their offense. They try to get it inside, and the ball's deflected. So again, Rich Central is winning this strategy game.
Rich Central leading by 11 with 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. One of your network sponsors is Brute.
Say, Earl, you still thinking of switching corn soil insecticides?
Yeah, I've thought about it a lot. Mine's just not doing the job anymore.
Well, you ought to take a look at this magazine ad for Brute brand insecticide. It says here, Brute blends its active ingredient throughout each granule instead of just sticking it on the surface like other products. So when you put Brute in the soil, it releases protection gradually, not all at once. Brute keeps your corn safe from rootworms all season long, from planting until the rootworm season is over. Brute corn soil insecticide. It's the one to switch to.
Today, most people treat their small change like it was no big deal. But right now at Hardee's,
The Big Deluxe, please.
a little change adds up to the thickest, juiciest quarter-pound burger of them all. Just $1.19 for Hardee's new Big Deluxe. A lot of burger for not a lot of change.
Hardee's, where good people go, good food.
We would like to thank all the stations carrying this high school basketball tournament live from Champaign, WICS in Springfield, WHOI in Peoria, WQRF in Rockford, WCEE in Mount Vernon, along with WGN in Chicago, WQAD Moline, I wonder if they'd hire me, KHQA in Quincy, WSIL Harrisburg, WICD in Champaign, and TV 51 Oglesby. Rich Central with the upper hand right now, leading by the double-digit 11. And Romeoville struggling, trying to get some offense going.
How often have we talked about the first 3-4 minutes of the third quarter?
Another steal by Gill. Up ahead to his brother, and that's easy.
That's Bobby Smith.
Oh, I thought that was Keith, but you're right, it's Smith. The two Gills and Smith are all over as far as once Romeoville gets across that 10-second line.
The game is starting to get out of the hands of Romeoville here. We got a 13-point lead, could go to 14. They've got to settle down and start getting the ball inside of their big people and start handling this pressure a little bit better.
Did they use it all against St. Joe in the upset, or do they have anything left? Bobby Smith with the three-point play, 46-32 now. Wise in trouble. This pressure is just killing Romeoville. Wise didn't want the 15-footer, now changes his mind. Gets his own rebound back, loses it. Vanderveer had his hands on it and couldn't grab it.
It's almost like Vanderveer is not playing this game. I mean, they just cannot get him involved in their offense.
You know, if Rich Central wants to set on it a bit, Romeoville's chances are decreased considerably.
Well, evidently, Coach Romansky kind of figured what was going to happen, so he's gone to a man-to-man defense.
Warnell with a turnaround, and we've got a whistle and a foul underneath that will go against Romeoville. It'll go against Vanderveer. That's 2 on the big man. He's the first man from Romeoville's basketball history to ever be recruited to a big college, that being Western Kentucky. Western Kentucky's playing Kentucky today, I think, or tomorrow in the NCAAs. Bobby Smith spinning, moving, and that one's short. But it's kicked back out to Gill. Gill gets it knocked away from behind and up ahead to Manley, who should win the race, maybe. Yes.
Those quick hands on Romeoville's part that time, knocking the ball away. I think Coach Brower would like a better shot than what Bobby Smith threw up there the last time down.
Kevin O'Banner is in the basketball game right now, and he's the man fronting Bobby Smith. O'Banner wearing number 11. Jumper not there by Gill, but the rebound comes out long, and Brown owns it. Time's a-wasting as far as Jack Hermansky, the 6th-year coach of Romeoville, is concerned.
Here's Rich Central's 3-2 delay game.
They run it with Keith Gill, Kendall Gill, and Bobby Smith. Gill had it partially blocked, I believe, by Vanderveer, and it's picked out of there by Manley. Manley up ahead to Wise. Yeah.
Nice play by Larry Wise, getting underneath that and controlling his body to get up a nice soft shot.
Yeah, that was the only question. Could he catch up with the basketball? You know if he did.
That's a pretty good play for a big man.
Romeoville has cut it to 10 now. 46-36. Gill loses the basketball, but Vanderveer lost it again. Warnell picked it up and scored. If Vanderveer picked up that basketball, it would have never made it to Warnell.
Bad break for Romeoville. They had the steal, they had the loose ball, they just couldn't pick it up. Here I think we're going to see it again. It's knocked away, it just goes right between his legs.
Yeah, Vanderveer actually had it going between his legs before it hit his hand, so it was a very difficult play, but
there's an instance where I think Vanderveer's size hurt him.
Yeah, it takes a long time to bend down that low.
That's right. It's hard for a big guy to get down there. Plus, his legs are so long, you know, there's a lot of room for that ball to roll between.
Wise will rest now with 8 points. Rebound fought for and finally grabbed by Winston. Up ahead quickly, Artie Preston in the middle, Vanderveer, and he walked with the basketball. Tough break for Romeoville. They could have used that bucket.
They don't like to give the ball to a big man that far enough away from the hoop where he can't just lay it up, where he'd either have to put the ball on the ground, or in that case, of course, he walked.
Let's see how the Olympians handle this one. Will they go back into this 3-guard offense and keep it out front, looking for something easy underneath, breaking in Gill just like that, and he's fouled from behind by Winston.
See, Rich Central really uses this offense to attack also. If you're going to come out and guard them, and that's what Romeoville is doing, they're attacking. They're not. It's just not a delay game where they're running time off the clock and not even looking at the basket. They'll look. They're just looking for the opportunity.
Wise didn't take long to get recharged. Winston will come out.
Well, you can't keep him out of the game too long. You just want him to have a quick breather, and maybe coach had something to talk to him about, and then get him back in the game. He's too important to sit.
Kendall Gill, a 6'3", 173 senior.
What a great release on his shot.
They'll be watching that one right here for about 4 more years, as he has agreed to come and join Lou Henson's crew. And Romeoville down again by 14. Wise double team, gives up his dribble. In the center, Vanderveer's got to kick it out and does. Ooh, almost a dangerous pass, but it gets to Manley, and now it gets to Wise. Vanderveer and Wise had that rebound.
That was a great rebound by the big man. He went after it strong with 2 hands and put it back up.
He had to be strong to take it away from Wise.
Yeah, 2 biggest and strongest kids out there were battling for it.
50-38, Rich Central. Nice backdoor here. Gill contested, and oh, I thought he was going to bury that, and so did he. But he is fouled on the play. A walk to the charity stripe. 1:47 remaining now, 3rd quarter. Don't forget tonight, 3rd place game followed by the championship. It'll be King, and right now it looks like Rich Central, but we've got a long way to go here. 9 minutes and 47 seconds in all.
Artie Preston committed that foul. It was his 3rd, and after he was whistled for it, he really had a pained expression on his face. I think he disagreed.
Gill, who averages 21 points a contest, 6 rebounds, 55% from the field and 74% from the line. That's fairly complete. Gets one of two. Wise stops. Now they break it. Vanderveer over to Wise. Okay, Rich Central gets back in good shape. Wise all the way in and out, and we're going to have an offensive charge. Wouldn't have mattered if it went down anyway. Wise takes it in stride.
Rich Central does that very well. If you're their size, I think they've gotten used to this. I'd like to see some stats on how many charges they've taken for the year, because this has got to be a main part of their defensive strategy.
The full court pressure by Romeoville is called off as soon as they get it up court. Rayford playing with 3 fouls for Rich Central, but the lead helps that situation a lot. Kendall Gill missed everything, and the ball goes off of Warnell and then belongs to the Spartans. Crowd rather subdued right now because of the margin in this one. Larry Wise will force the issue coming down the sideline, and then he double dribbled it. No, he didn't. If he put it down one more time, he would have, but Gill takes it away anyway.
Well, when you fumble the ball like that, as long as you go over and just pick it up, you're okay. If he would have gone over and started dribbling again, it would have been a double dribble violation.
Or if you go over and try to dribble it or try to pick it up and actually hit it with your hand, and it goes back down to the court. Central in the spread. Smith all the way down. Nice pass to Rayford. Rayford can't buy it the first time, but will the second time.
Well, Vanderveer took his chance that time. He tried to draw the offensive foul and fell down. The official wouldn't buy it, so now he's out of the play, and there's nobody to rebound the missed shot, and Rich Central put it back up.
Central 15 points up and 8 minutes and 25 seconds away from trying to beat King. Ball knocked out of bounds down there by Charles Warnell on a good hustling play. There you see the coach of Rich Central, Ron Brower, in his 12th year.
Pretty subdued, huh?
Well, he's
maybe not inside, though. I think inside he's jumping.
He's on his way to becoming 31-1, so maybe he's getting used to it. Shot is up and no good by Kevin O'Banner. Rebound fought for. Vanderveer has it, and we'll have a whistle and a foul, and Vanderveer will go to the free throw line.
That's where you want Vanderveer when the shot goes up, right in front of the basket. Here you'll see it. He reached over. Now he's going to try to grab it with 2 hands. He got fouled. No bonus yet, so we're taking it out of bounds. 8 seconds to go.
Can you work on a kid's hands? I mean, in practice, how do you do that? Can you make a player become a better ball handler, or at least catch crisp passes?
Yeah, there are different drills that you use, and it's just a matter of the big thing, I think, is to convince the player that he needs some work. Because if they understand why you do things, they work at it a lot harder, and then, of course, you accomplish more.
Jack Hermansky, he's been through some lean years at Romeoville. This being not one of them, of course. Well, Manley finally, after a drought on his own and a long shot. Oh.
Jeez.
Gill almost got it. So Manley gets the last bucket of the third quarter, and Rich Central leads Romeoville with 8 minutes to go, 53-40. One of your network sponsors is Country Companies Insurance.
When Terry's new convertible got wrecked, he found repairs would cost more than a brand new one. But fortunately, he had the keeper policy from Country Companies. So did you have to part with a big chunk of cash, Terry?
Nope, just the $100 deductible. My keeper policy got me a brand new one. Just like it.
You got the country behind you.
With the all-new keeper policy.
You got the Country Companies.
When it comes to your family, there's one place to find all you need. Ameritech Bell Yellow Pages.
The complete, the accurate, the original, the one you know.
Ameritech Bell Yellow Pages.
When you're looking for something, when you're looking for someone, look in the book.
You know the one.
The complete, the accurate, the original, the one you know.
Ameritech Bell Yellow Pages. Published by Donnelly Directory.
Jim Albrecht, Frank Bissoni, and Bill Geist back courtside at the Assembly Hall, where Rich Central is on its way to the championship game unless things change. How would you change things for Romeoville? Do we gamble? Do we press? What happens?
Well, I don't know. It's got to change within the next couple minutes, though. You can't let too much time go off the clock without making a move. You'd like to cut this lead into single digits at least. It looks like they're going to play man-to-man. That's probably their best shot, but, you know, you're going man-to-man, and Rich Central's got the smaller and I think the quicker kids, at least 5-on-5, so it's tough for Romeoville.
And Central, of course, very capable of stalling with the basketball. Warnell went up and he was fouled by Manley. There you see where we're at as far as the numbers are concerned. Look at the rebounding total. Romeoville leading in that department, but look at the turnovers. They negate the rebounds with that. 18 turnovers for Romeoville, only 5 for Rich Central.
Right, and Rich Central's got 18 more shots. Right, if my math is right, without my calculator.
47% for Rich Central and 55% for Romeoville, but as Bill Geist just pointed out, it's how many you throw up there sometimes.
You know, Romeoville, last night I thought they had things going their way. Every time they needed a big play, they got it. It has not happened today.
Kendall Gill got the rebound. His shot was partially deflected by the big man, Vandiver, and down comes Manley. Over to Wise. They need this one. They don't get it. Rebound fought for. Right back to Vandiver. Yeah.
That's a nice pass by Dwayne Manley into Larry Wise. And, of course, the big man was there to put it back up.
So Vandiver makes it 54-42. Rich Central with 12 on their side of the card, and a foul out front goes against Kevin O'Banner. O'Banner, the 6'1", 170 senior.
Kevin just told his coach he never touched him.
Well, whatever happens today, Romeoville will have a new head coach next year because Jack Hermansky is stepping aside.
Think he'll reconsider after all this?
I don't know. If it were boxing, I'd say yes. Boxers change their mind every other week.
Boxers make a few more dollars than coaches do, I can tell you that.
One time now, one time.
Bobby Smith makes the first free throw. Smith, a solid guard for this Rich Central team.
Rich has played a much better game today than yesterday. They're a lot more impressive. Done a lot of good things.
Romeoville with only 7 minutes and 15 seconds to do something about a 14-point deficit. Nice rebound underneath. That was Artie Preston under there, and now we've got a whistle and a foul. It goes against Romeoville. Man.
Well, that's the key to a lot of this game, I think, against Romeoville.
Foul on Artie Preston, and you'll see it here.
It's a great rebound going up. Now he misses the shot. The defender does a nice job, Rayford, of sliding in front of him. Instead of watching the ball, he got position, and then when the shot was missed, Preston tried to go up again, but now Rayford had position. He went on his back. This is really a good defensive play by Rayford.
Maurice. Uh-oh. You hate to see anybody do that.
He's smiling about it.
Yeah, though. Maurice walked back to Bobby Smith and went, yeah, man,
give me another
about
chance.
That.
I'll put it down.
Half-court pressure applied by Rich Central. Vandiver's got to unload that as soon as they get the ball over the center.
Well, he turned to look. He didn't see the open man, that's all.
Larry Wise with a nice move along the baseline. And the deficit is 12 for the Spartans. Rich Central's got such good ball handlers that it's really tough to come back on them. But there's a steal from behind by O'Banner. Knocked up in front, but they make a bad pass. Could not save it. Could not save it.
Would have been a great play. See, that's what I mean. The little things are going wrong. Here you have a great play, and he stepped on the line. Last night, I think that would have been a good, clean play, and he would have put it in. Little things mean so much as far as momentum goes.
Gil Kartik in the ball game now for Romeoville, wearing number 14. As Kevin O'Banner, who made that nice steal from behind and knocked the ball away.
Well, Kevin was the guy at the point on this press, and I think he just took him out to get a fresh man in the game.
Good pressure by Manley, and it's picked up by Kartik, who goes all the way down. He's a fresh kid in the game, and that's a tough way to go. Look out now. This is Gil. Oh!
No doubt about that one.
I don't think we have to say anything about that, do we?
No.
Artie Preston trying to go down low to Wise.
Great power move. Nice pass by Preston. Good power move up.
Well, Cinderella may expire here at about 5:55. Romeoville, who's played such a superb game last night against St. Joe, beat him in the... Well, there were no seconds left. No time left on the clock when the Artie Preston free throw fell through. But today, Rich Central has had the upper hand.
Well, they were still working hard, though. They're going to give it their best shot.
Inside Gill. This is Keith Gill. His shot is rejected by Vanderveer. Manley looking for Wise. Can't find him. Stops. Not there. Rebound comes down to Gill. Wise had it for a second, but Gill wrestled it away.
I think Larry Wise might be a little tired. He showed it on that.
We've got a timeout on the floor. Rich Central wants to talk it over. They lead this ball game by a dozen. One of your network sponsors is John Deere.
Jacques Bourret, logger extraordinaire.
Bonjour, monsieur.
I see you're using a John Deere chainsaw.
Oh oui, bien sûr. Elle possède une puissance étonnante. Elle est légère et elle coupe même les plus gros arbres à la planche. Boum! Il tombe instantanément.
How about the features?
Fantastique. Ignition électronique, elle fonctionne en souplesse. Et regarde, la poignée est protégée. C'est une magnifique tronçonneuse. Oh, non, non, non. Magnifique tronçonneuse.
Now's the time for no-frill farming. It's getting back to basics, doing more jobs for yourself. Sutan Plus fits right into no-frill. Sutan Plus costs dollars an acre less, yet gives better performance on foxtails and annual grasses. With Sutan Plus, you get the job done right, and at the right price. It's time for no-frill farming, and Sutan Plus is right for the times.
Well, the two guards for Rich Central, Coach, 30 points. Kendall Gill with 15, Bobby Smith with 15.
Well, those, talking to Coach Brower, those are two key players, and they've really come to play today. You know, this Rich Central group is kind of interesting. A very unemotional group. No matter what happens, they've got their game face on, and they don't seem to smile too much or get down when things are going badly. They get a great play. It's just like business as usual.
Frank Pisoni, how would you like to draw up a game plan if you're a Rich Central coach for Chicago King?
Oh, we do a lot of this.
Yeah.
I think tonight's game, assuming, of course, the score stays like it is right now, I think there'll be a lot of strategy with it.
I agree. I think Rich Central will want to make the game as short as possible in terms of taking minutes off the clock with their good ball handling. And I think Kendall Gill and Bobby Smith as a pair of guards offensively is only half the story. I think they're excellent defensively. They have quick hands. They get a lot of steals. And they'll have to take care of the ball tonight against King.
Charles Warnell inside is a nice player offensively.
And neither man really shoots a lot. I mean, they take whatever shots they get, but they're not forcing much.
No, they have great shot selection. They've got great patience. And I think against King, I think tempo was very important. I think you have to control it. Yeah, even if you've got maybe what you would think is a good shot when you first come down, I think you have to pass it up, pass it around a little bit, run some time off the clock, and then look for that maybe that second good shot or that third good shot. And then if you could put them down, you slow down their fast break, you slow down their running game, and that might be one way to beat them. I don't know.
Vanderveer had the ball on the floor, and that's not good for Romeoville. Keith Gill, who just had 2 free throws, finds Rayford back over to Smith, and now that ball is rejected by Vanderveer. In a hurry comes Artie Preston. That ball's blocked too by Gill. Now it's a 3-on-1.
One rejection after another.
Rayford, yep.
That was a clinic.
Perfect fast break. Fill the lanes, run it down the middle, and now Wise loses it out of bounds.
Both Chicago King and Rich Central have played totally different intensity today than yesterday.
Timeout on the floor. Romeoville 4 minutes and 19 seconds away from ending their dream, and Rich Central that much time from getting Chicago King. One of your network sponsors is Amabin.
If you're broadcasting Trefland this season, the makers of Amabin want you to try this field test. If you do, you'll see how surprisingly low the cost of Amabin can be. It's simple. After you broadcast Trefland, select some acres and ban Amabin granules over the row at planting. Will there be a difference in broadleaf control if you ban Amabin granules? Well, yes. Will it be a big difference? You be the judge.
Not set up to band? See your dealer about equipment discounts offered by the makers of Amabin.
A new era has arrived in American motor coaches. Serendipity schooners are an entirely new class of motor coach. If you've toured in Europe, you'll find them very like those wonderful European tour buses, a home away from home. With wider seats, more legroom, huge wraparound windows, fresh brewed coffee, microwaves, headset stereo, and much, much more. The ultimate in travel comfort. Call Serendipity Schooners today. Let us prove that first class costs only a little more.
Well, unless there's a miracle put on here by Romeoville, it will be Romeoville and Peoria Manual for the third place game. We get underway this evening with our telecast at 6 o'clock, followed by Rich Central and Chicago King.
You know, some people might be wondering why Rich Central isn't substituting a little bit here, give some of their players a rest. I'll tell you, if I'm Coach Ron Brower, I'm not taking anything for granted. We still have 4 minutes to go, and I got a chance to get into the championship game. I'm going to make sure that game's over before I make any substitutions.
It would appear that Brower told him good shots only because Gill accelerated into the lane there and could have taken a shot, but chose to kick it back out. Rayford underneath the Gill. He loses the handle.
Well, I know with my team, when we go into a situation like this, we just call it layups and free throws. We either shoot layups or free throws, or we don't shoot. We hold the ball out.
Romeoville breaks the pressure nicely. Kartik brings it up, fires from 12. It'll go down. That's what they call the drain shot. Around and around. So Kartik gets his first 2 of the afternoon. 62-48, Rich Central with the edge. Spartans applying pressure. Loose underneath Warnell. Oh, and he's fouled as well.
Another great catch. It was a good pass in, but he went up strong and great hands on Warnell. And then he went up and...
Vandenberg got there too late.
Yeah.
Not really his fault. He was trying to cover up over there.
Yeah, I almost thought Warnell would go up in the air, but by coming down, he lets Vandenberg come over and get a shot at the foul, really.
Tall, lanky, rangy left-hander. Doesn't get the three-point play. 3:22 remaining. Manley tried to kick it over to Wise, but just as he threw the pass, Wise was cutting toward the hoop, and that is not the way to get it done. They're just struggling now. It's a bad situation to be in. But how many other teams can say they finished in the top 4 of the state? Only 3, I think.
I was going to give you a smart aleck answer. I thought I'd give you a pass on that.
Warnell with the jumper on the baseline. He's come to life, and the lead is almost 20 now. 18-point bulge for Rich Central. Wise almost traveled coming across the line. The look pass goes right to the hands of Gill. Wise trying to put a little mustard on that one, but Gill read it.
Romeoville foul against number 30. Hardy Preston is 5th. Preston fouls out.
Artie Preston picked up that foul. I thought the official was going 4, but apparently he was going 3-0. So Preston is gone for this afternoon. Last night's hero against St. Joe's. That's the game of basketball, isn't it?
Yeah.
One day you're the hero, and the next day you're fouling out, and your team's back down by 18.
Well, then they'll have another chance to come back tonight in that third place game. That's why I like it. It's an opportunity to bounce back from disappointment.
Gill was 16 now. We're talking about Kendall Gill, the senior.
Nobody can be disappointed for Romeoville, I don't think. You know, you're a little down because they're going to lose this game, I feel. But, geez, they've had such a great season and done something that the school has never done before.
Tonight, and as TV20's Lana Creekmore reports, contestants say it took originality, physics, and the ability to pick up toothpicks to win.
Some high school students say they've worked 4 or 5 months building their bridge, and most of them made their entry into the 8th annual bridge building contest a team effort. 21 toothpick bridges were judged on strength, glue joints, and originality.
What we're trying to do is to generate an interest in engineering generally
and particularly among the science kids in the school.
Contestants say it took a lot of time and concentration to build a strong and prize-winning bridge.
We had to learn compression, tension, force lines. The designing part was easy. The building part was a little bit harder.
Why?
Because I don't have good hands for building with little things.
You have to put together the toothpicks one at a time instead of taking a whole bunch and like putting them into a big mass and gluing them all together. And it takes time and effort. You just can't sit down in 2 nights and build the thing. It took us 3 months.
We spent a lot of time on it. We cut a lot of toothpicks, a lot. So it doesn't just...
6 minutes left in the first half. Calvary's Rennie Clemens steps into the paint for 2 of his game-high 27, 14-13 Saints. Later, Riverton regains the lead. Jeff Williams from strong rebound basket for 2 of his 18. Riverton hangs on to win, 67-65. As we look at the scoreboard, the Hawks will take a 21-5 record to the Shelbyville sectional. Down the line, Auburn wins its own regional, defeating Waverly 59-46. Auburn goes to Petersburg next. And in Virginia, I'm not kidding, 15-11, New Berlin upsets Petersburg-Porta in triple overtime, 66-64 the final. At the Tri-City Regional Championship, the host school taking on Mount Pulaski. Third quarter, Mount Pulaski's Chris Walsh hits the baseliner for a 38-36 Toppers lead, but Tri-City keeps its cool. Rich Kreider steps in and lets loose for a cool 10-point Tornado lead. Down the stretch, Tri-City wins the free throw derby. That one was Todd Houston. Tri-City wins 67-65. They will also go to the Shelbyville Regional. As we look at the scoreboard, you'll see Tri-City beat Mount Pulaski 67-65 at Lincolnwood. Gillespie beat Nokomis 55-52. Gillespie goes to Vandalia, and at the Windsor Regional, Pana beats Shelbyville 70-45. In Niantic, Stonington and Bethany for the title. Late first quarter, Bethany jumps on top. Brian Barnes burns the nets for a 10-9 Bethany lead. Second quarter now, Stonington's Tony Allwart gives Stonington the lead back in this seesaw battle. Stonington wins a tight one, 50-49 over Bethany. Stonington will also go to Shelbyville to play in that sectional. At the Beardstown Regional, Beardstown beat Augusta Southeastern 60-50 as we read on down the line. At the Greenville Regional, Staunton beat Greenville 62-59. At Meridosia, Pittsfield beats Winchester 55-52. And at Carrollton, Piasa Southwestern beat Carrollton 65-64. The AA boys begin regional play next week, and 2 teams figuring to do well figured they'd get a good tune-up tonight. The Lanphier Lions looking to pay back the Jacksonville Crimsons, who beat the Lions last year. Both teams going for their 20th wins. The Crimsons come out cranking. Rick Kahn is perfect from 15 feet, giving Jacksonville a 14-6 lead in the first quarter. But check out the move by Lanphier's Mark Smith. He battles for the board and takes it to the hoop, scoops it in to keep the Lions well within reach. Second quarter, Lanphier pulls within 4. After the rebound scramble, Doug Collins uses the glass, and it's 22-18 Crimsons. With 3:30 to go in the half, the Lions tie it. William Horton with the sweet touch, 24-24. Late in the half, Lanphier leads by 4 when Jacksonville's Andy Kaufman leans in to cut it to 2, but back the other way, Collins comes up with a 3-point play for a 5-point Lanphier halftime lead. And you'll see the final now. Lanphier hangs on to beat Jacksonville 68-64. Also tonight, Griffin losing.
That's a tough spot to be in when you come off the bench with 2 minutes left and the other team's trying to catch up by 20. You feel like you got a target on your back.
Well, Romeoville's got to keep pressing because you're not going to give up, certainly. You're going to keep playing hard. And now you've got subs in the game, and they're not loose, and so it's going to be a little wild and hectic. And
Kevin O'Banner, Gil Kardik in the ball game, Jeff Bambouli.
I think Kevin got away with a walk there.
Shot won't fall. Also, Lamar Mason in the contest, and now Larry Wise will check out, being replaced by Brian Anderson.
Romeoville players are coming off the court now one by one, and their fans are giving them a standing ovation. I really think that's nice because they certainly deserve it.
So the lineups now for Romeoville at the free throw line. Well, actually, Rich Central at the free throw line. That's Mark Murata. Dwayne Dowell, number 44, also in the contest. Tony Parks, number 24, Steve Billingsley, number 22, and Robert Ruspress, number 14. And the student section just gave Mark Murata.
I wonder how many points he scored, huh?
Every school has their favorite off the bench. Tusker. Free throw not there. Shot up and no good by Dwayne Dow. Ball tipped around. Rich Central still has it. Steve Billingsley really fighting underneath the basket, and he'll go to the free throw line. He's a stocky youngster, fouled by Jeff Van Bewley.
I'll tell you, it's going to be a long couple minutes, but these 10 players are having a good time out here. I mean, the game has been decided. A lot of smiles. And...
Minute 40 remaining. The Assembly Hall filing out right now. Oh, boy. Steve Billingsley.
You'll be teased about that, I'll tell you later.
Yeah, he will. Let's see how he responds within himself here. That's what basketball is all about, little battles. Sometimes the scoreboard has nothing to do with it. Well, he hit the rim that time. Rebound comes down to Mark Burke as Romeoville hustles it up court. Brian Anderson loses the handle, and it's picked up at the other end. And now Romeoville ends up with it. Nope, Rich Central has it. Billingsley the other way. Billingsley through traffic. Whoa. This looks like a cattle roping contest. All the way down, layup not there. Kevin O'Banner just missed the layup. And the Olympians will get it over to Murata. Mark Murata gets his first bucket of the state tournament. And we are now at the minute mark. Ball tipped out of bounds by a hustling Robert Ruspress. In the middle, shot is almost partially blocked by Brian Anderson, but getting the ball to go down, I believe that was Mark Burke. Yes, it is Burke on the basket, and now a foul in the backcourt. Gil Kartik will pick up the personal. Going to the line will be Ruspress. Ron Brower still coaching.
It'd be interesting to know what, I don't know what he said to those two kids. I'd kind of like to know, though.
72-52, Rich Central by 20, and they'll play Chicago King tonight for the championship game.
Say we got some memories being made out here for these kids.
It's basically what life is all about, building those memories. Free throw is not good that time. 73-52, and up quickly comes Romeoville with Kevin O'Banner with a basketball. A lot of pressure. He almost got forced into the backcourt. He gets it over to Van Bewley. And now the ball slapped out of bounds in the press row. You know, the broadcasters and the fans may want these final 35 seconds to end, but I can guarantee you the 10 kids on the court don't.
I'll tell you, if the horn doesn't go off at 35, they'll keep playing.
Kartik weaving down, tries to get it inside. He does so to Burke. And Burke will be fouled, and he really wanted that one to fall.
It was a nice shot fake.
At the free throw line is Mark Burke. Yeah, tonight should be a good one between Chicago King and Rich Central. I think obviously the favorite's going to be Chicago King from the show they put on today, Frank, but it's like you mentioned a couple of minutes ago. It all depends what kind of tempo we're talking about here. What can Rich Central do?
Well, both teams will be 31-1 coming into the game, and you never know how a team's going to react for sure. Evanston played very well against King yesterday. A great Peoria Manual team was blown out by a great King team today. You never know.
Burke misses the rebound, and they get it up quickly to Tony Parks, who has it taken away. And the other way comes Jeff Van Bewley. All the way down it goes to Kartik, and he gets it. Gil Kartik on the shot with 13 seconds remaining. And Rich Central now the other way. Tony Parks went in, and man, the resiliency of youth. Bill Geist would have been taking out his Blue Cross Blue Shield card after that one.
Well, you know, it's still serious to these kids, and they're playing hard. And they're not going to let anybody shoot a layup. They don't care whether there's 9 seconds to go or not.
So at the free throw line for Rich Central, Tony Parks, and he can't get that one. 73-54. This game was really decided in that first 4 minutes of the third quarter, gentlemen. That's usually what does it.
Well, you got to come out of that locker room ready to play. I don't care if you're winning or losing or tied or whatever.
Kevin O'Banner in a hurry with time running out. Shot is up and in, and that should be the last one of the ball game. Romeoville falls to Rich Central. Central winning it 73-56, and they will advance to tonight's championship game in Class 2A against a rough and talented Chicago King outfit. We'll come back and take a look at the stats, but right now, one of your network sponsors is American Dairy Association of Illinois.
Milk's got the kick that gives you more. Health kick. More nutrition in every pour. Health kick. I'm watching my weight and milk fits right in, 'cause it's loaded with calcium and vitamins. Kick. So get on a Health Kick and let it pour. America's favorite Health Kick. Get on a Health Kick, milk's got more. Have more milk, 'cause milk's got more.
Join us tonight at 6 o'clock. The consolation game will feature Romeoville versus Peoria Manual, and then, of course, the championship game. We're all waiting for that one. Rich Central, which won here 73-56 against Chicago King, who won this afternoon over Peoria Manual 79-62. For Frank Bassoni, for Bill Geist, this is Jim Albrecht. We'll be back at 6. Thanks for joining us. We hope to see you tonight. Take care, everybody.
You've been watching the 1986 chapter of March Madness. Your network sponsors have been John Deere and your local John Deere dealer, Country Companies Insurance and its more than 900 agents throughout Illinois. You've got the country behind you with auto, life, health, home, farm, and business insurance. The American Dairy Association of Illinois and your local dairy farmer, delivering to you their very best every day. And Brute brand corn soil insecticide. Brute, the one to switch to. This is the Illinois High School Association Television Network.